Hello, welcome back, literally back to part 2. My name is Magdalene Janet. If you are new, welcome to the fam. I'm always here hanging out, just giving good vibes, teaching, and all the greatness. Happy New Year to you. And don't forget to hit me up on Instagram and TikTok because I am there daily. And of course, as always, welcome back to all my oldies but goodies. I love you guys. Part 2 of the best makeup of 2024, full face. And also we're talking about my transition from corporate into full-time content creating as a Latina creator. So hi. Posted part 1 yesterday, so it's up on the channel. Watch that one first, and this is the continuation along with another set new makeup I didn't really use yesterday. I may double up on a few things. I talked about this yesterday. Super Lock brow glue. This is literally a dupe for the Rare Beauty one, and the Rare Beauty one is literally one of my favorites because I have sparse brows. I'm very picky when it comes to my glues, and the fact that Maybelline is out here doing the dang thing, ooh, do that and leave it, let it dry. What I love most about this is how sticky it is. See, my hairs are just like being brushed up easily. Now I'm seeing that I need to pluck my brows. Oh my, okay. You just want to press so your eyebrows are nice and glued down. Pluck my brows. Of course, the best brow pencil right now is this NYX Nano Brow Pencil. I'm using the shade Ash Brown. Let me get my eyebrows together and then we'll really get into the tea, into the cheeseman. Oh yeah. If you are my skin tone, when you use eyebrow pencils, especially the ones at the drugstore, and they look red on your skin tone or a little orange, it's because the undertones are off. At the drugstore, the ones that are medium brown and like below, I would say, lighter, they turn red up against my skin tone. The only shades I can use is either brown black, espresso, one of those. So get a darker pencil because on your skin tone it won't appear as dark. And this is how the brows look. Pretty natural, huh? A little natural brow. I just cleaned the brows and I'm adding concealer to prep these lids. I didn't blend this quick enough. A palette that was super popular was this one from Huda Beauty, the Icy Nudes. I wanted to get a little icy with today's makeup look because it is the holiday season, right? It's still winter. Yesterday's look was a little easier. Today we're gonna get a little more, I don't know, colorful. Let's start here. Let's start a little light work. We're just gonna start right here. Okay, this shade, yeah. I love this. Look, it's like a pretty mauve. I want to start with this one right here. Get that inner corner. Ooh, yeah. I really want to pack it in to get that icy effect, a very white effect. Ooh, wow. Let's grab that one again. Now let's pack the white one. Yeah, I'm just pressing it. Let's get back here and let's see. Blend that a little bit. Let's get this right here. Oh, this is so chunky. Just press it with our finger. Oh, okay. I need this brush. Girl, we need to blend this in here. Oh my god, and look, there's this patch. Uh-oh. Going back with the white. There's fallout galore here. I'm gonna get this brush. Let's grab this one right here. I'm gonna give us a little bit of depth here. You want to get right in that crease. Back in with that first shade, which is Lavish. I feel like using this plum to wing it out. Let's see how that will. Ah! I want to actually make it a bit of a longer wing. One eyeliner that is not this year new, but it's fairly new like last year is these from Urban Decay. The way they work is you have to shake them. They're 24/7 glide. This is the shade Whiskey. Let's make a tiny line here just to intensify it a little bit. We're gonna go back. Whoa! We're gonna go back in with the purple, the plum, and just press it there. She's assy. Okay, let me do this eye in 3, 2, 1, and done. Eyes are nice. They're like Ooh, I haven't done something like this in so long. I added this mascara. This mascara did release the chestnut shade this year, and I love this mascara. So we're gonna let that dry. We're gonna start. This primer right here released this year, and I really liked it because it's super sticky yet hydrating. Actually, both of these are so good. This is, oh my god, look how I opened it. NYX's The Face Glue. Why can't I open it? Oh, it's right here. Oi. The face glue is literally face glue. I always like to warm things up. Whew, my hands are cold. And then you're gonna add it to your face. More like tapping. When you're dealing with something sticky, I suggest you add it with your hands like this and you press. Back to yesterday's conversation, something that I always felt in my bones is like I wanted to make a difference. I never knew how. Literally never. Let's let this dry. So when I was in college, I took an elective class. It was towards the end, close to my graduation. It was how women are portrayed in media. And I remember thinking, like, in American TV, I don't see Latina women at all. So my presentation, we had to speak in front of class, was Eva Longoria in Desperate Housewives. And having an assignment like that, it made me think like, whoa, I really don't see Latinas in American media. So at that very moment, I did that project. I decided that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be in the entertainment industry. In my mind, I felt like I could make a change. Let's let this dry. That moment right there when I took that class, it was when my mind completely changed on how I viewed myself and how Latino people are viewed in general. So my report, if I remember correctly, it was, we're gonna use this. It was how Latin women are portrayed as the sex symbol. And at the time, I think the show had already been off air, but it was the one show I could find at the time. Desperate Housewives, Eva Longoria looked more like me. Like our skin complexion is like mine. She's more medium to tan, not a lighter skin Latina. Like my mind was blown that class. I will forever remember it. Mind you, I majored in history. I have a history degree and this class was an elective class. This had nothing to do with the degree I was getting. That just goes to show life is so trippy. Like you think you have it together and you don't. And I was super young. I'm the first person that went to college in my family that graduated. I had no direction. I didn't have much support. I was kind of like bopping around, living life. And then I take this class and whoa. One thing about me, I've always been dedicated and I've always been very focused. Like I've always been very focused. I don't really allow distractions to get in the way much. And very disciplined. Just think like at that point it's personality. Like my personality is just like this. So then I make that decision, right? I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be in the entertainment industry. I'm gonna make a change. Girl, it's not funny. But it's funny now. You laugh because you don't want to cry type. It took me 5 years to get into the industry. Multiple rejection. Interview upon interview upon interview upon interview. Nada. This Dibs thing, like really, I really liked it and just used it recently. In those 5 years, I am in accounting because I had been in banking for a long time and those were the only jobs I could really get. Although even with a college degree, but I had a history degree, so all I could really do is go into law or become a teacher. And I had no experience, so that's why I had all those rejections because they're like, what? It doesn't make any sense, which is bullshit. Anyway, finally get in 5 years after all these rejections. I won't use Dibs blush because we have more blushes here, but this is so creamy. Let's add these bronzers, but just to add a little bit of coolness. Let's see how this mix will go. I'm interested in seeing. Kind of cool. So I get in, start the job, and I'm like super stoked, super excited. It was literally the worst and the best job I've ever had. There was so much nepotism there. What is it? Mean girl action. It was not easy. And I remember thinking like 5 years for this shit. But, you know, it teaches you with everything. It teaches you a lesson. You have to know how to hold your own. That's just it. You can't rely on people because when it comes to work and money, because that's why you're there to make money, people don't play, you know? So it was a very disappointing experience, but at the same time, it was like the best experience. That was when my mind started changing where I'm like, okay, I need to do something else, but what is it that I can do? I'm like, I'm good at makeup. So then after that job, I was only there for like 2 years. It felt like 100. Let's add this blush. That's when I go into the film industry, which was a whole nother set of like thing. That was my first time being one of the only Latinas in this industry. In the building, in the industry, it was like, I couldn't believe it. I remember noticing like the first 2 days, I'm like, there's legit in this building about 5 Latinos, and 3 of the 5 are in my department because we worked for Latin America. So countries in Latin America. So we spoke Spanish. I was like, what if, mind you, because growing up, I was never the only Latina. Accounting job, my banking job, there was a bunch of Latinos there. I didn't really know that life wasn't like that, which is important to step out of what you think is normal. When you're uncomfortable, that's when you have the most growth, because that uncomfortability made me think very differently on how I have to move. It wasn't like before, just kind of prancing around. You know, you had to be more strategic. So now I'm in the film industry, living my best life. That was a time too where I was like, representation mattered. And what can I do? Like, how can I help? I still didn't know what to do, how to do it, how to go about it. And that happens a lot. You don't have any examples, like anyone close to you or anything like that. Therefore, you don't have like a path. You're kind of just figuring out a way. Oh, what Milk Makeup really came through with these blushes this year. Look at me. I'm like wearing 3 blushes at this point. Well, let's add a little. Ooh. I'm putting a ton of blush on just because, wow, this is pretty. Because I haven't put my concealer on yet. We can look a little cray right now. Like, I've always wanted to make a difference. That moment there, I'm like, what if I start a YouTube channel? Girl, these 2 concealers I really liked this year too. Let's use them both. Kind of how things started. And 4 years later, that's when I became full-time. Was it 4 years later? Like close to 5 years later, I became full-time, which was now 2 years ago. And like I was telling you last video, where it hit me this year that I am on my own. Like, I have to make this happen, or I have to go back to corporate. And I don't want to. I liked corporate, honestly. I learned so much. I carry so much what I learned in corporate now, and it helps me tremendously. Let's add a little bit of this, like right here. I was just talking to one of my best friends about this. I wish what I knew in corporate was to be louder, to talk about my accomplishments, to maybe embellish a little bit, because working with your head down, that's not how you're gonna be seen. And being a Latina, that's not, no, what? Like, that's being a show off. You're doing too much. It's a cultural thing. That's how we are raised, to just be humble and be grateful for the opportunities, which I am extremely grateful. But I've learned just working hard and not speaking up and speaking for yourself, that's not gonna work. And there's a way to do it. I've learned that, like, I kind of forgot that for a little bit, but now this year, going to events, meeting so many brands, meeting so many people, it kind of like bing in my head, where I'm like, okay, Magdalene, you gotta get out there, you gotta talk. So don't work silently, don't work quiet, don't think people are gonna notice. People are not gonna notice. You have to tell people what you're working on, why you're doing it. And it seems a little much, it seems very show-offy and annoying, but look around you. The people that speak up, how are they doing? You know, especially when it comes to work. Or like personal life, being able to say no, being able to have boundaries. Those types of things have helped me so much this year. Okay, now my blush doesn't look so crazy. You know how I get with blush though? I'm really trying to like deny the fact that my blush looks exploded every time, but it's okay, we fix it. At the end of the day, it's fake. I wanted to use this palette. This is an honorable mention. Makeup Forever face palettes are so freaking good. I can't use it at this point because, you know, we've used 36 things, but bomb. Also, a couple more honorable mentions. The Too Faced sticks and the Stay bronzer. So good. So what were we talking about? Speaking up for yourself, saying no, asking for help. Asking for help is a big one because you can't do it all alone. You know, as people, we're meant to be around people, have friendships, have relationships. And like I was telling you last video, I was feeling so overwhelmed. And part of that was because I just was taking on so much and I kind of couldn't handle it. And I didn't want to accept that fact. Accepting also the fact that you can't control everything is very important, because for me, I've always been able to had that corporate job, have a steady paycheck, have all the things that you're supposed to do. But then here I am, I chose doing social media full time, and I'm thrown into, well, technically I threw myself into full time. And this year was more of an awakening where I'm just like, what? This is for real? It's a lot harder because now I feel like I'm stretched many different ways. When I was working my corporate job and doing this, I was more just focused on making content, posting it, making content and posting it. That's it. I didn't have paid partnerships. I didn't get PR. I wasn't invited to events. I didn't have much of a social life because I was so focused on getting my YouTube channel up and running. Well, everything's falling. What does that mean? Doesn't it mean something when things keep falling? That's me every day, so it means something, right? Now this powder is bomb too. Oh my god, I just lost my train of thought. What was I saying? Another powder that I love was this new one from Hourglass. It's great just to set the center of your face. Oh yeah, being pulled in like different directions. Now it's more settled in and it's more, I don't want to say intense. No, it's more involved. I didn't realize that being more involved in my social media career and job and everything will stretch me so thin. I thought it was kind of gonna be how I started off. And that's the beauty about social media, is it changes every 3 months. I swear there's something new happening. There's a way you need to pivot, and pivoting is so important because I was in corporate for a very long time. So I didn't do a lot of pivoting. Yeah, I would get new jobs, I would get promoted, but for the most part, you're doing the same job, right? Here, not only are you not doing the same job, it's all up to you. Like, my livelihood is on me. If I don't film and post, like, I'm not making money. I can't pay my rent. You know what I mean? That was just like the aha moment for me today. Also, not today, this year. This bronzer is so good. The journey this year has been very nice, very eye-opening, and I'm so thankful and grateful for these opportunities and the fact that I'm able to do this and also make a difference. I have so many people with brown skin that are not Latinas. I have a lot of Latina people here. I want to be a voice and a visual person, for women, brown skin women. And I think this platform is that. It's literally what I wanted since I was in college. I could finally see through it. And mind you, I graduated college 100 years ago. So don't give up on what you believe in. Like, what your gut tells you. Like, I always knew I wanted to make a difference. I just didn't know how. Like, this year, I told you guys in the last video, I've been able to volunteer at the border this year. Like, that's how I wanted to help also. There's so many ways you could help. And to me, my heart is so full. Like I said yesterday, I would not be here without your love and support. Oh girl, this powder's getting messy. Without your love, your support, your encouragement, even you just taking the time out to watch these videos. I love to teach. I hope my videos are that. A place you can learn and just a positive, fun-filled, sort of lightweight place. You know, these blushes right here, Joy, and this girl right here, Kosas, girl, my fave. A lot of blushes released today, huh? I keep saying today this year, you know what I mean. Not that I need a 65th blush, but maybe I do. Makeup's make-a-mean, huh? Makeup-ing. Should I do a lower lash line? I feel like I don't want to. Maybe do a little hint or something. Maybe like this shade right here. It's kind of like that, honestly. Let's get like a white eyeliner or something like that. Gosh, we have to dust this out. Remember, I used to wear this every day. I stopped wearing it this year too. The LA girl in Super Bright. Ooh, 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 ooh. Yes. Yes. We are icy goddesses. I really dust this thing off. My oldies but goodies, you know how much I love this eyeliner. I mean, I still do. You just blend this. I'm just keeping it like that. Let me figure out the lip, and I need to comb this hair. I'll be back. We'll keep chatting because we always have good conversations here. Okay, peinadita. I was thinking, I told you yesterday I was going to use this mascara and I didn't, but we'll use it for the lower lashes. It's the Maybelline Fireworks mascara. This one was a good mascara. What mascaras were your favorite for this year? I feel like I didn't review a lot this year. Something I want to talk about too, and that I learned in corporate, is that not everyone you meet is going to be your best friend, is going going to have the best interest in you, but it doesn't mean they're an enemy. In life, you're always going to meet people that are just not your cup of tea. Sometimes there isn't a real reason. Sometimes it's just your gut feeling that, you know, you don't mess with them. It doesn't mean they're horrible people. There's some people that I've met via in social media that are literally I would call them my new good friends, like Jessica, the Mexican beauty, Christina here on YouTube, Valentina, Kaylin. Those are my 4 girls that I talk to often. I've recently met Lauren. She's amazing, and I met her at the YouTube Summit, the YouTube shopping event. We were just sharing ideas and stuff. Like, that's the beauty of meeting new people and stepping out of your comfort zone. You meet people that you probably wouldn't have met before. Like I mentioned in the last video, hold on, let's get this lip combo together. Nude flip is my jam. For me, when I started social media is when I really started meeting a whole bunch of people. Like, the amount of people I've met this year, it's not like everyone sticks, and it's okay. You could meet someone, have a great conversation, and that's it. It's not that deep. Most things are not about you. The less personal we take things, the better. And I've learned that a lot through corporate and then my transition here to full-time creator. I used to be someone who would take things so personally, and it just isn't. It just isn't. It's sometimes that simple. It's not. ABH came out with these. I really like them. I'm trying to match my lip with this look, but it's kind of hard because we have icy. I need to blend this too. Talk about friends. One of the most important things is surround with people that have your best interest. That may be like not the friendliest person, and that could be the friendliest person. Because you need people that will keep you in check. Not all the time though. If they're doing it all the time, it's annoying. Like, stop. Sometimes with my friends that I've known for years and years, we kind of just sit one day and talk about things and what their viewpoints are, what they think. I do that with my sister. It doesn't always have to be like this battle. It could sometimes just be one conversation, I don't know, every quarter, every 6 months, every year, you know, depending how your communication style is. For me, being in social media, I have valued that so much more now that I have my peoples. My hair is looking flat. I put some of my texture spray. Maybe I need to add more, huh? I'm so discombobulated now with my hair. Girl, I forgot to use this. I used this yesterday, but I just love it. It's the best from this year. Oh! Finished, la carita all done, and all this makeup I really love. 2024 was a great year for makeup releases, and as you know, I do cater my makeup reviews and tutorials on brown skin and oily skin, and all of these are brown skin Latina approved. And yeah, this is the look. I feel pretty, very festive for the new year. Wishing you the happiest new year, familia. I'm gonna take a couple of days off because I've been going all of December, and I'm so happy I was able to film this and get it to you on New Year's Eve. I just want to thank you so much for all the love and support you constantly show me. I couldn't do this without you. It's been almost 7 years, and I still am just as in love with this, even more now that I have just such a better understanding of how things work, how things operate, what I need to do to improve, and the help I need to get. I learned so much from corporate, and in order for me to make this transition, I wouldn't have made it as smoothly if I didn't have corporate experience and I didn't go through all those trials and tribulations and experiences mainly that shape you. Good things come, but hard things make us stronger, make us better, and life is like that. Life is beautiful, life is amazing, life is easy sometimes, and life is hard as fuck sometimes, and we just have to take it and keep going, you know? So you got this. Wishing you the best new year ever, and you guys know I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna start up with the vlogs the new year. I didn't do it the last 2 weeks, but I do have my vlog I posted when I went on my YouTube channel. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Talk all about that in video number 1, part 1, so to speak. So thank you so much. If you made it back to part 2, thank you for taking the time out to hang out with me, comment, like, subscribe, everything. I love you guys, and I will have everything linked and tagged below for you. If you use my links, it does help my channel out tremendously, so please feel free. I love you so much, and I'll see you in 2025. Bye! Oh my gosh, I'm forgetting. Subscribe here so you don't miss any videos. Okay, I love you. Bye!